Lion on these back at you from right here at the Green Thumb Garden Channel here in Grow Zone 8B right here in Tifton, Georgia. And then on this rainy afternoon here in Tifton, YouTube, we'd like to bring you guys along with us for a citrus tree cutting propagation experiment that we're about to conduct right here at the Green Thumb Garden Channel. I'm going to flip this camera around for you guys in a few seconds and show you exactly what we've done to prepare for this citrus tree cutting propagation experiment. I'm going to show you guys what those citrus tree cuttings are, explain to you where we got those citrus tree cuttings from, and thank the person that actually donated those citrus tree cuttings to our channel. Hang tight, YouTube. All right, YouTube, indeed, we have 4 1/2 gallon pots filled with our favorite brand of Miracle Grow potting soil. Here we have 2 2.5 gallon buckets filled with our favorite brand of Miracle Grow gardening soil. I'm going to show you guys right now exactly what we're going to do with these 6 containers. One of our local subscribers here in the Tifton, Georgia area was kind enough to donate to our channel a total of 8 fruit tree cuttings that we are indeed about to attempt to root here in our front yard garden extended grow area. I'm going to show you guys what those fruit tree cuttings are, show you what type of condition they're in, and explain to you how we're going to go about getting those planted in our 2.5 gallon bucket containers and our 1/2 gallon pots. Take a look at this, YouTube. Indeed, YouTube, indeed. One of our subscribers at a local business here in Tifton, Georgia, Advantage Realty, was kind enough to donate to us 8, YouTube, 8 brown turkey fig tree cuttings. That's a total of 8 brown turkey fig tree cuttings, YouTube. And we can't be more excited about the prospect of successfully propagating one, if not all, of our brown turkey fig tree cuttings here in our front yard garden extended grow area. These cuttings have quite a few growth nodes on them. I'm going to show you how we're going to go about preparing these cuttings to be planted in our 2.5 gallon buckets. I'm going to put 2 of these cuttings in one bucket. We're going to put the other 2 in another bucket. But this is indeed what our brown turkey fig tree cuttings are currently looking like right here, right now at the Green Thumb Garden Channel here in Grow Zone 8B, Tifton, Georgia. Next up, YouTube, next up, that same person, our favorite subscriber, our favorite local subscriber from here in the Tifton, Georgia area, was kind enough to donate to our channel 4, YouTube, count them, 4 Fuyu Persimmon tree cuttings. We wanted one of these particular persimmon trees in our front yard garden extended grow area for quite a while. We weren't able to acquire one, and we thought it was so generous of our subscriber to see what we were growing here on our channel and think enough of us to give us the opportunity to propagate our own Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings. She donated a total of 4 of these to our channel, YouTube. And this is indeed what they're all looking like. They have fairly woody stems, a lot of growth nodes. They all look really, really healthy. And we can't possibly be more excited about the prospect of successfully propagating several of these Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings. And if indeed we are able to successfully propagate several of these cuttings, we will indeed be returning one of those cuttings to our favorite subscriber over at Advantage Realty on Love Avenue right here in Tifton, Georgia. Thanks again, my dear friend. Thanks again. I am indeed going to do my best to get all of these cuttings to root. I'm gonna take you guys back over to our pots now and show you how we're gonna go about preparing our cuttings to be planted in those pots over there. Hang tight, YouTube. All right, YouTube, indeed, here we are back at our 2.5 gallon containers and our 1/2 gallon containers. What we're gonna simply do to prepare our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings and our brown turkey fig tree cuttings is simply remove all of this unnecessary foliage, all of these large leaves. We don't need any of these leaves at all. Hope you guys are catching this. Be careful not to damage our newly emerging growth nodes when we do this. We already have our brown turkey fig tree cuttings trimmed down. We have all that large foliage removed. We have a couple more of our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings. We're going to simply do the same thing with these. Cut those leaves off as close to the stem as possible without damaging the newly emerging growth nodes there. Same thing here. Don't need those huge leaves. They will simply suck the life out of our stem. That is indeed what our second Fuyu persimmon tree cutting looks like, with all of that excess foliage removed. We actually have 5, YouTube. I thought there was actually 4 of these Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings, but we actually have 5. Same thing with this one. It's a lot shorter, a lot smaller than the previous 3. We're going to do the same thing and remove that excess foliage. Don't need that foliage again. Draining our stem while it's in the process of rooting. Our 5th and final Fuyu persimmon tree cutting. We're going to remove these leaves. And this is indeed, YouTube, this is indeed what our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings and our brown turkey fig tree cuttings currently look like, with all of their excess foliage removed. I'm going to get these guys potted up right now and show you how we're going to go about doing that. Here in this first 2.5 gallon container, we're going to plant 2 of our brown turkey fig tree cuttings. Here in this second pot, YouTube, we're going to plant the remaining 2 of our brown turkey fig tree cuttings. Here in this first 1 gallon container, we're going to plant 1 of our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings. In the second pot, we're going to plant another. In this third pot, we're going to plant another. And in this final pot, we're going to plant those 2 tiny cuttings. We're going to pretty much make our cuttings the same length. We're going to cut them off at an angle. Make pretty much all of our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings pretty much the same length prior to planting. We're going to plant half of the plant our cuttings at half of the length of the remaining cuttings after we trim them down. We're going to plant them half of that length deep down in the soil. We're only leave about half of the remaining cutting above the soil. We're going to do the same thing with our brown turkey fig tree cuttings. We're going to cut all of them off about the same length at an angle. We're going to plant them down in the soil and leave only half of the remaining cutting above the soil. We're going to get them watered in real good, and we're going to bring you guys back and show you what these cuttings look like in their new homes. Hang tight, YouTube. All right, YouTube, indeed, we're back, and this, YouTube, this is indeed what our 4 brown turkey fig tree cuttings and our 5 Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings currently look like in the 2.5 gallon bucket containers that we planted them in, along with the 4 half-gallon containers that we planted them in. Take a look at this, YouTube. Bam. You guys see that? Again, we told you in the previous clip of the video that we were planting 2 of our brown turkey fig tree cuttings in this first bucket, and the remaining 2 of our brown turkey fig tree cuttings in this bucket. We told you that we would plant 1 of our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings in this pot, another here, and those last 2 smallest ones in this pot right here, YouTube. And this is indeed what they are currently looking like in their new homes. You guys can hear that thunder in the background. Again, it is raining here at the Green Thumb Gardening Channel. And what better time than now to get our newly potted brown turkey fig tree cuttings and our newly potted Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings out there in that rain. We're gonna do that right now, YouTube. And we will indeed bring you guys back within the next week to 2 weeks to show you exactly what is or isn't growing on with our brown turkey fig tree cuttings and our Fuyu persimmon tree cuttings. Thanks for watching, YouTube. And if indeed you currently are watching this video and you're not already subscribed to the Green Thumb Gardening Channel, please indeed take this moment to press that subscribe button beneath this video, that like button, that notification button, and be sure to share this video with your friends and family as well. Yeah. Attempting to grow brown turkey figs and Fuyu persimmons right here at the Green Thumb Gardening Channel. Thanks for watching, YouTube.
You on the telephone.